Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Sean. Just want to let you know that you are being recorded, if that's okay with you.
Is the audio on? Are you muted, Sean?
Yeah, he's muted.
Oh, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good morning, man. You can see us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, buddy.
All right. Welcome, man. Welcome to, what's this called?
Coffee and Conversation.
Coffee and Conversation. Let them
All right.
know, Mike.
Let everybody know, welcome to another great day for Coffee and Conversation. My name's Michael Wins. I'm one of your recovery coaches.
And I'm Craig, also one of your recovery coaches.
And I'm Karen, also a recovery coach.
All right, so we want to let everybody know that we are here today to do all things recovery and try to help individuals in any area of their lives. Today we're going to go over the 5 rules of recovery. We might don't get to all 5 of them. However, we will start on rule number 1, and then we'll elaborate from there. If you would like to say something when we discuss something or bring up a topic or talk about something, you can always interject your conversation and talk about whatever you want to. We will always stop to listen to you. What else we got, y'all?
Recovery on Wheels is tomorrow at the Frosty's Ice Cream in Cedarville, starting from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon.
Nice. All right. What else we got? At Thursday, don't forget about our all recovery meeting at 1 p.m. So how you doing today, Mr. Sean?
I'm feeling all right, Mike.
Okay, man. It was good seeing you yesterday. I'm glad you're a part of this discussion. So anything you have to say after we start reading and going over things, you can always interject, okay? Who wants to be first? You got it?
Yeah. So we started the rule.
Yeah, top.
Okay. There are 5 simple rules that cover most of what you need to do in recovery. If you are ever in doubt of what to do or if you're on the right track, ask yourself if you are following these 5 simple rules. Rule number 1 is change your life so that it's easier to not use. You don't recover from an addiction by simply stopping using. You recover by creating a new life where it is easier not to use. If you don't create a new life, then all the factors that brought you to your addiction will eventually catch up to you again. You don't have to change everything in your life, but there are a few unhealthy behaviors or negative thinking patterns that have been getting you into trouble, and they will continue to get you into trouble until you let them go. The more you try to hold on to your old life, the less well you will do in recovery.
The more you try to hold on to your own life, the less you will do in recovery. There's so many powerful things that, okay, let me give you an example from a personal perspective. My 22 years of my life, I struggled with drugs. Heroin and crack cocaine was the drugs I struggled with the most. However, since August 2009, I have been free of all of those things. However, when she read that you don't have to change everything in your life, but there are a few unhealthy behaviors or negative thinking patterns that have been getting you into trouble. This simply means that you have your addictive brain and then you have your brain that's functioning on all cylinders. In order for you to actually see success in recovery, I believe that you have to start changing your negative thinking patterns. And what that means is you have to find something that will override your old behavior or your old thinking patterns. Find something positive, like having a recovery coach, attending meetings like this. Finding things that you can use to help change that negative thinking pattern.
Sound good. Sound good. I agree because a lot of times, me myself, I'm also in recovery, and I noticed I used to think back, guys, when I was in my addiction state, I didn't really I wasn't thinking clearly, but when I finally got clean, I said to myself one day, I said, wow, where have I been all these years? It's as if I was asleep, man. I couldn't believe it, but he laughing. I mean, that's real talk, Sean, you know, because, man, I woke up, man, out of a sleep, man, but it feels good to get on the right track from mind-altering substance. So Mike is right, you know, sometimes we have this thinking, but once we get clean, you know, we replace those old habits or thinking, we begin to look at the world in a different lens.
And like she read, the first rule is change your life so that it's easier to not use. What that means or what it looks like is I surround myself with people who are going in the same direction with me. And this is how I understand that this statement, change your life so that it's easier to not use. What that means is the people who I hang around with now, I still have my old friends, but I don't hang with them on the territory or on the turf that we used to use and drink and do all of that. Now, the people I hang around with now, it's easier for me not to use. Why do I say that? Because if I pulled out drugs around the people I hang around with now, they gonna all look at me like, yo, what you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
we don't get down like that.
We don't do that. What is this? So it's easier for me not to use, and you have to do the same thing. Put yourself in a situation where as though if you pulled out some illegal substances, the people around you gonna say, hey, what's going on, man? You don't do this no more. So you got to put yourself in that type of situation.
All right. Keep going.
Yeah, let's roll.
All right. So it says avoid high-risk situations. People, places, things.
Mm-hmm.
People who you used with or people who encourage you to use are common triggers for relapse. Places where you used to use or places where you went to get drugs or alcohol are common triggers. Things that you used with, such as drug or alcohol paraphernalia, are powerful triggers. Avoid your drinking friends, your favorite bar, and having alcohol in the house. Avoid people who you used with driving by your dealer's neighborhood, and remove all paraphernalia from your house. Don't keep something around just in case. Just in case.
Woohoo! We had that stash. I had a stash in my basement. I couldn't even go in the basement because I knew it was in there. Stomach was flipping and everything. Hey, listen. So avoid high-risk situations. This material that we're going over came from the addictionandrecovery.org website. You could go on the website and get all the things that they have available, resources for you. It's free. Just go to the website and they let you download it straight from their website. But one of the things about avoiding high-risk situations, any situation that you find yourself in that might give you the desire or cravings or want to go back to the things that you're trying to get away from are high-risk situations. Also, don't judge another person's high-risk situations, Karen, high-risk situations and based off of your situation, okay? So it might be a high-risk situation to them, but it might not be a high situation to you, or it might be a high situation to you, and you just have to make that decision based off of your own high-risk situation. So don't judge by other individuals. This is simply about you. So when we say avoid high-risk situations, you have to make sure. I remember my nephew one time, he gave somebody a ride and he ended up in jail for a few years. But that was a situation that he had to consider that it is a high-risk situation. Why is it a high-risk situation? Because he don't know what that guy just did. Mm-hmm. If you live in your life like that, you got to understand, avoid any high-risk situation that comes in your life. What we got here, man?
James got me doctor's office. Was in my doctor's office, but I snuck on the phone so I couldn't get in.
What's
welcome.
What's up, James?
What's up, man? So you hear me click off? That mean the doctor game, man.
Hey, man, we just glad that y'all joined us, man, because this is what we like to do.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And one of the things for me, I said it before, is people. That's one of the high risk things for me, especially when it says people who you use with, or people who encourage you to use are common triggers. I remember I talked about it before. I was trying to stop on my own using drugs. I was incarcerated, and I thought I had it all under control. As soon as I came to the big yard, my man's come. He flipped out a bag, and all of that, trying to do it on my own, went out the window. Went out the window that fast. Until I started, I went through a therapeutic, then I really started to understand what was really wrong with me, and I had to start thinking, replacing old thoughts and ideas with some new ones, and some friends. And so,
People, places, and things.
People, places, and things.
Y'all all know that. You all know that you have to change. And again, I still have the exact same friends that I had when I was younger. But I just can't do the things that they're doing because they're not headed in the same direction as me. If they're in the way of what I'm trying to do, I can still be your friend. I just can't go with you. I'm not getting in your car with you. I got too much at stake in my life. That's what you have to do. You have to avoid high-risk situations.
Yeah. And in court, those who ever went to court, they call it mitigating factors and aggravating factors. So you always want your mitigating factors, that means all the good stuff, to outweigh the aggravating factors or the negative. So therefore, work on inventory, what's good, what you're working on, and try to maintain that. That's Mike's word. Maintain.
My favorite word.
His favorite word.
Maintain it.
Maintain all the good stuff and get rid of all the bad stuff.
All right, let's move. If y'all got anything y'all want to elaborate on, y'all always open to share whatever y'all got.
Mm-hmm. Anybody would like to add on about people, places, and things?
Let's go.
Not this moment.
All right. Okay, so keep reading on the.
No, change. HALT.
Alright, so the next one is HALT. The acronym HALT contains more important and common high-risk situations. H for hungry, A for angry, L for lonely, and T for tired. Your strongest cravings usually occur at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel at the end of the day? You're probably hungry because you haven't eaten well. You're probably angry because you've had a tough day at work or a tough commute. You may feel lonely because you're isolated and you're tired. That's why your strongest cravings usually occur at the end of the day.
Most of the things that come to me that are not things that would be beneficial to me, it always comes at the end of the day when you're tired, when you wind it down. When you fresh and on top of your game, those thoughts never come. As soon as you get tired and you relaxing, you'll have different thoughts about doing different things. Even if you don't carry them out, they pop in your head like, man, why don't you go ahead and get you? You deserve this, man. Go ahead and
treat yourself. Man.
Treat yourself.
All that.
You deserve this one. But that's really not true. That's just something that you go through, and it's just a strong craving that you have. Remember, your focus or your ultimate goal is to live a lifestyle different from the lifestyle that you used to live.
And that is also, it's important because when you're talking about treating yourself and all these things of stinking thinking, they can also, lead us to relapse. Because a lot of times, I remember when I used to work 9 to 5, stand on my feet, laboring hard. Man, I said, man, listen, I can't wait till 5 o'clock get here. I can't wait to get on the block. But I noticed that if I indulge in that same behavior, I know the consequences that for me, I know what it took for me. It led me back into a life of crime. It led me into a life of being broke, a life of hurting my family members, my loved ones. So when those thoughts like that come to you, find some other things to do. Treat yourself to an ice cream cone. It's getting warm outside.
Work out, gym.
Go to the gym. That's right.
Call somebody. Y'all can call us all the time.
That's right. Go play soccer.
Play soccer. Let's go, Miss Karen.
All right. Recovery isn't about one big change. It's about few little changes that can change the path of your life.
That's right.
Make a list of your high-risk situations. Addiction is sneaky. Sometimes you won't see a high-risk situation until you're right in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's important to make a list of them and go over it with someone in recovery. Make the list and keep it with you. Someday that list may save your life.
Make a list of high-risk situations. You have to know what your high-risk situations is. And again, like I was saying earlier, that you can't judge your high-risk situations off of other individuals. A high-risk situation are according to your lifestyle, how you know it. It might be be an issue for me, like seeing drugs or something right now. That won't even be an issue for me. But early in my life, when I was still struggling, it was an issue. But now I look at it and I'm like, man, I ain't even touching it. I ain't even got to worry about using it because it ain't going to be in my hand. So any high-risk situation, you have to understand, make a list of it. Even if you don't write it down, make a mental note that I can't do that because it's going to make me do something else. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a different high-risk situation.
Yeah.
Change negative thinking. Mm-hmm. Negative thinking is a risk factor both for developing an addiction and for relapse. Common types of negative thinking are negative self-labeling and all or nothing thinking.
All or nothing.
So it's thoughts like, if people knew the real me, they wouldn't like me.
Oh.
I don't think I'm likable. Life is hard and I can't handle it without using sometimes. Life won't be fun without using and I won't be fun. Recovery is more work than it's worth. My cravings will be overwhelming and I won't be able to resist, so why bother? If I stop using, I'll only start up again. I have never finished anything. I worry that I'm too damaged to recover or be happy.
These are all this negative thinking that we hear in our minds or that we tell ourselves. One of the most things that I tell people all the time, what I say about you means nothing compared to what you say about you. If what you say about you is all positive and you have encouraging affirmations to yourself, that's what takes weight in your life. I can say, you know how many people said negative things about you all throughout the course of your life? They don't carry any weight. But what you say about you, oh man, that carries a lot of weight.
That's right. What I eat don't make you go to the bathroom.
I know that's right, man. Watch your mouth. Just PG, man.
But yeah,
it's Disney, man.
Yeah, it's Disney. We got the babies might be tuning in. But anyway, to keep it clean, we don't keep,
Nah, that's good stuff.
Only thing about that, is that a lot of times people have defeating attitude.
That's a good one.
And when you begin to be so down and crucial on yourself, man, if you don't have some type of motivation to pick yourself up, man, and say, I have self-worth, I am an achiever, I am an overcomer, I see victory in my life, man, and you walk in it, you believe in it, and stand on it, man. You say that to yourself every day, your self-esteem goes up, your level of confidence goes up, and guess what? You accomplish a whole lot.
That's true.
If it ain't just for, if it's just for that day or for that moment, but always, encourage yourself.
Self-defeating attitude. That's a tweet right there.
Yeah.
Don't allow yourself to be stopped or hindered by self-defeating attitudes. I'm going to give them credit for that this time, but tomorrow I'm going to say I came up with it. But anyway.
Word to the wise. Word to the wise, Sean.
Hey, what's up, Sean?
What's up?
Hey, man. It's kind of weird, like my wife, right?
Yeah.
She said I'm meaner when I'm sober. But when I was drinking, I was more calmer.
Yeah.
It messed me up though, but she said I'm meaner because I stopped drinking.
Yeah.
But she says to me, she don't think that I see it, which I don't really know, but she says it to me, and I'm like, she said, babe, you probably just don't know, like, I don't know, she just say, I just be mean.
Yo, but
I didn't see it.
But that's accurate though, because you probably been doing the drinking so long that it's a whole new lifestyle. So eventually it will become, you will start to see it, because I was that way too. And a lot of people who are trying to live a different lifestyle are the same way, because we've been doing that other lifestyle so long that now we trying to live a different lifestyle. We gotta get, change our mental, how we see things and everything. So it's all a process that actually shows that you're in the process of changing. Mm-hmm. And while you're going through the process of changing, all those things going to be valid. So the best thing I can suggest is, because when my wife would bring up things, I would like, I don't see that. I just started to tell her, okay, hopefully I'll see it later and I'll change it. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, one time my brother, he told me once, he said, you know what, man? He said, those guys that you be around, he says, you notice when they got that stuff in them, you know, they be so happy. Man, I love you, man. I heard a rock. Yeah, you know what I mean? I heard a rock over you, man. You know, all this, that, and the third. Yeah, you know, all that good stuff. But, you know, when they ain't got that stuff in their system, you can't even get a greeting out of them or a warm up, you know, because now they feeling irritable, you know. But once you remove that altogether, that comes with time.
Yeah, it's time. So you got to just take the process. Yeah. Remember, I think she, right here, she had read this. I got to give you this handout. I got your email, Sean. I'm going to send you this, what we're going over, okay? Sean. But look, it says recovery isn't about one big change. It's about a few little changes that can change the path of your life. It won't be one big event that's going to happen. It's going to be little things that lead up to it. Got a lot of people. Go ahead.
All right. It says negative thinking leads to anxiety, depression, and addiction. If you think you're not likable, you will be anxious because you're worried that you will be found out. If you think you will fail, therefore why bother trying? You will feel trapped by life, which leads to depression. If you feel anxious or depressed, you may turn to drugs or alcohol to escape.
Sean. I'm going to email you this paper we're going over, okay?
Yeah.
I'll email it to you so every time we're doing it, you'll be able to follow along.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. But what I was saying earlier is she read recovery isn't one big change. It's about a few little changes that can change the path of your life. So always remember that it's not one event that's going to happen. When you move the substance out of your life, that's one process. Now you got to get to the process of your thinking and other things adding up, okay?
Were you able to share the screen? No?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Share the screen. I forgot.
You want me to share? So I'm going to share the screen and just show you what it looks like.
PDF.
Can you see my screen? Sean?
Yeah.
Can you see what I'm sharing?
Can you see the screen, Sean?
Huh?
Can you see the
words on the screen?
No.
Okay.
Oh, all right, we'll send it then.
I'll send it to you.
It's a blue dot up.
Huh?
It's a blue dot up there.
It's a blue dot.
Okay.
All right, we try to share it with you,
but I'll send it to you. Let's move. Where we at? Oh, we got good time. Let's do this last paragraph.
A common fear of recovery is that you're not capable of recovery. The fear is that recovery requires some special strength or willpower that you don't possess. But people just like you, with strengths and weaknesses, with determination and self-doubt, have recovered from addiction.
The common fear, she says, is that you are not capable of recovery. you are capable of recovery, and no matter who tells you you're not capable of it, I'm here to tell you that you are. After all those years of struggling and 13 years removed from it, that means that it's possible. Anything that you put your mind to, you can achieve. So just like your strengths and weaknesses, we all have strengths and weaknesses. It's just going to take some determination and some and try to remove any self-doubt you might have.
Well, like you were saying, right? I think you said it last week. Gear all your willpower, the same willpower you were using to get the drugs.
Come on.
Use them to get off of them.
That's right. The same tenacity and energy you put in trying to get something, alcohol or drugs or whatever, that same energy, my mentor said, use that same and exact energy to do what you need to do to stay away from them. So you have the same power as me. You just gotta use it.
Cognitive behavioral therapy has been proven to change negative thinking and treat anxiety, depression, and addiction. The basic idea of cognitive therapy is that negative thinking is learned thinking, and therefore it can be unlearned and replaced with healthier thinking. If you can change your thinking, you will improve your life.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, that's a tweet. If you can change your thinking, you will improve your life. She said that negative thinking is learned thinking, and therefore it can be unlearned and replaced with healthy thinking. So that means that the thinking that we have, the negative thinking, was something that we learned. So we can learn new healthy thinking, and then we replace it. You have to learn how to swap them out. And the more you feed yourself new information and positive information, it will flush out all the negative thinking.
Replace that with positive reinforcement with your core belief. And whatever your core belief is, I hope your core belief is that of a healthy thinking and a healthy lifestyle. And then all the other lifestyle that you learn from past behavior or negative behavior will soon dissipate, hopefully.
And you got to understand, you have to, one of the things that I always tell individuals is find out what you're building your foundation on. If you're building your foundation on, I might make it, then you have to change that out with I am going to make it. I built my foundation on my spiritual belief, and everything that I do off of that foundation. So I suggest or recommend that you find out what are you building your foundation on, and that will determine how you go or how far you will succeed in your recovery. It's based on whatever you building your foundation on. If you believe that one race is more dominant than the other, then you starting on a bad foundation. If you believe that this religion is better than this one, then you got to understand whatever you build your foundation on, that's what will determine your success.
All right, sounds good.
All right, what else we got here?
Are we going to go through?
Now, next week we're going to go over rule number 2. It's a big one. Ask for help and develop a recovery cycle. Circle, see? I just graduated high school. But ask, like literally, ask for help and develop a recovery circle. Hey, man, we love you, man. We love y'all out there. Thanks for tuning in for Coffee and Conversation. Again, if y'all need any assistance with anything dealing in the recovery field or any assistance with housing, what else we got? Utility bills. Anything like that where we can help you in your walk with recovery, trying to make it easier for you.
IOP, we offer IOP, residential treatment, detox, for those who may be struggling with addiction. Don't feel hesitant of reaching out to us, because you can reach us at 856-391-7449 here at Capital Recovery Center, and we are available.
So just tune in to us Thursday, 1 p.m. for all recovery meeting. And again, I will send you, if anybody's on Facebook Live and would like the handout, we got it from addictionandrecovery.org. They got it on their website for you to download. If you would like me to send it to me, just let me know. And I will send it to you, okay, Sean?
All right, true.
All right, man. Thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Sean.
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Appreciate y'all too.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, then.
All right, you too.